Hey everyone, it's Miss Kelsey here. I'm so excited to tell you our Bible story today. For those of you who have heard me tell the story before, you know the drill. But for those of you who haven't heard me tell the story, get ready to do some shouting because we are going to do some quiz multiple choice questions throughout the story. I'll ask a question, we'll put the answers on the screen, and I want you to shout as loud as you can what you think the answer is. Okay, can you do that for me? Awesome, let's get started. So our story today is from the Old Testament in the Bible, which is the first half, and it's from a book called Judges. And the story starts out with a lovely husband and wife. But the husband and wife are really sad because they really want to have kids, but they can't. And they've prayed a lot to God and talked to him and talked to each other about how excited they are to have kids someday, but it's just not happening. But one day, God answers their prayer. An angel shows up to the wife. Your prayers have been heard. You are going to have a baby boy. The wife was so full of joy. She couldn't believe what the angel was telling her. But then the angel gave her kind of some weird instructions for her new baby. What do you think those instructions were? A, you have to do the chicken dance 12 times in order to become pregnant. B, you are not allowed to cut your baby's hair. C, you must name your child SpongeBob. Or D, the only thing you're allowed to eat while you're pregnant is pizza. Good job, everyone. The answer is B. She wasn't allowed to cut her baby's hair. The angel said to her, "Do not let a razor touch your baby's head, for he will be dedicated to God." That was some really weird instructions, right? But sure enough, the wife became pregnant, she had a baby boy, and they named him Samson. Both the husband and the wife were so excited to have him, and they followed the angel's instructions. They didn't cut his hair once. Imagine growing up never being able to cut your hair. I know a lot of you, for the past couple months, had to go a long time without getting a haircut, and that can be pretty annoying just when it starts to grow out and it gets in your face and gets itchy. But imagine going your whole life up to when you're an adult and not cutting your hair. How long do you think it was? It was probably to the floor, I think. That would be some really long hair. God blessed Samson because he never cut his hair and his parents followed God's instruction. How do you think God blessed Samson? Was it A, he was super fast? B, he could turn invisible? C, he gave him an Iron Man suit? Or D, he made him super strong? Nice job, everyone. Of course, the answer is D. God made him really strong. In fact, he was so strong that he fought off a lion. Ah! Eventually, Samson became the leader of the Israelites. The Israelites were God's chosen people, and Samson led them. But the Israelites had some enemies, the Philistines and the Philistine army. Sometimes Samson had to fight the Philistines, but he always overcame and won because God was with him and God made him so strong. One day, he met a woman named Delilah. There was one issue with Delilah, though. She was a Philistine. She was part of the people who were supposed to be Samson's enemy. Samson didn't care, though, and he fell madly in love with Delilah. But when the Philistines found out that Delilah was with Samson, they came up with a clever plan. Samson and Delilah are in love? I wonder if we can convince Delilah to betray Samson. So they went ahead and asked Delilah, "See if you can trick Samson into telling you his secret. Then we can capture him and tie him up. If you do it, we'll give you lots of money." How do you think Delilah responded to the Philistines' question? Was it A, "I would never betray Samson"? B, "I don't need any money"? C, "Yes, I will try and find out his secret"? Or D, "Ask him yourself"? Yes, unfortunately, the answer is C. She agreed to the Philistines' evil plan and agreed to try and find out Samson's secret. Delilah really liked the idea of getting some money. Ooh, money. She went to Samson and said, "Samson, what is it about you that makes you so strong? Is there any chance that people could tie you up and capture you? If someone ties me up with 7 fresh bowstrings, I will lose my strength. Now, we know that's not what makes Samson strong, but Delilah didn't know that. And so that night, she got together 7 bowstrings, and when Samson was sleeping, she snuck in the Philistine leaders. And when he was asleep, she tied him up with those bowstrings, and she yelled to Samson, "Samson, the Philistines are upon you!" Ah! Samson woke up and easily broke the bowstrings. Ah! The Philistines ran away as fast as they could in fear. How do you think that Delilah felt after she found out Samson had lied to her? Was it A, angry, B, happy, C, proud, or D, relieved? You're right, it's A. She was pretty angry at him for lying to her. Samson, you lied to me. Please tell me the secret of how you are so strong. If anyone ties me up with a brand new rope, I will lose my strength. This made Delilah happy. And sure enough, that night when Samson went to bed, Delilah got brand new ropes out of the packages. She snuck the Philistine leaders in, and once she had tied him up with those brand new ropes, she yelled, "Samson, the Philistines are upon you!" Ah! But just like before, Samson woke up and easily broke the ropes because of his strength, and the Philistines ran away in fear. Again, Delilah was really upset that Samson had lied to her. So she begged, and eventually he told her, "If you braid my hair and weave some fabric into it, I will lose my strength." And just like before, Samson went to bed. Delilah snuck in the Philistines. She braided his long hair and put fabric in it and yelled, "Samson, the Philistines are upon you!" Ah! But of course, that wasn't what made Samson strong. So again, he woke up with his hair braided and the Philistines ran away in fear. Now at this point, Delilah was really mad. "Samson, do you not love me? Why do you keep lying to me and making me look like a fool?" Samson went a really long time without telling Delilah his secret. But every single day, she begged him and she nagged him and she told him that he didn't love her because he wouldn't tell her his secret. So eventually, one day, he gave in. Okay, Delilah. If somebody cuts my hair, I will lose my strength. But please don't tell anybody. This was not a good choice for Samson because just like every time before, Samson went to bed, she snuck in the Philistine leaders, but this time she cut off his hair, and when she yelled, "Samson, the Philistines, they're upon you!" Ah! Samson woke up ready to fight, but he realized all of his strength had left him and his hair was gone. Oh no, my hair, my strength! The Philistines captured Samson and tied him up, and unfortunately they made him blind. They used him as entertainment and made fun of him and mocked him in front of all of their people. One day, Samson asked to be tied up against a pillar so that he could lean against it. It was at this moment where he realized he had completely lost focus on God. He was so distracted by Delilah and his love for her that he had forgotten about God. Samson prayed, "Sovereign God, remember me. Please bring me my strength. Just one more time." God heard Samson's prayer, and something amazing started to happen. His hair started to grow back, and as his hair grew back, his strength started to come back. Once Samson realized that his full strength was back, he pushed his hands on the pillars that he was in, and the whole building came to the ground. It's important that we remember to keep our focus on God. There's a lot of things happening in the world right now, and a lot of different ways that we can be looking and keeping our focus. Those things are really important, and it's important for us to care about them and to try and make a difference. But when we focus on God first and ask Him to help us with those things, it helps us to love people better and make a bigger difference. Thanks for listening to my story today. Have a good day.